Welcome back, love. This is the Persephone Path, and today we are exploring episode 3 in the series. We are going to return to the seed, to the moment Persephone placed the pomegranate to her lips and tasted a new world into being. This is a story of desire, of shame, of power, and of the lie that every woman has told at some point in her life. I had no choice. But we do, and we always did. And that truth, that raw and radiant, real truth, is what will set us free. So let's picture her, the girl who had become a forced queen, standing alone in the underworld. No mother, no sunshine, no instruction, but instinct. And before her appears the fruit, the pomegranate. It's red and lush and rich with the depths of forbidden feelings. And she lifts the seed to her lips. And the moment it touches her tongue, something inside of her says yes. Yes to the body. Yes to the descent. Yes to the mystery of becoming more than what she was before. And this is the erotic yes. On the deepest level, it's primal force. Not sexual in performance, but sacred in its permission. And she doesn't ask if it's allowed. She doesn't ask if it's safe. She chooses and she claims. And yet, when her mother asks, "Did you eat the seed?" she lies. "He made me. I had no choice." And in that moment, the core, the maiden, reveals her immaturity and her fear of stepping into her own responsibility. She hides from the heat of her own desire, and she sacrifices sovereignty to protect attachment. And this is where so many of us stay stuck. Every time we deny what we want to say, to stay lovable, liked, safe, and we become a version of Persephone who pretends to be powerless. And we say yes when we mean no, and we say no when we mean yes. And we perform compliance, and we call it grace, and we hide behind a sweet smile. And yet, deep inside, the hunger remains for touch and for art and for expression and for deep erotic connection with life, true soul contact. And we lie not just to others, but to ourselves. And we disown the part of us that longs. And we make our pleasure the problem. And in that, we make ourselves the problem. Because somewhere we were told, if you want too much, you'll be selfish. If you taste the fruit, you'll be punished. And if, God forbid, you enjoy it, you're at fault. But that is not the truth. It was never the desire that was dangerous. It was the denial of the hunger to experience all of your power. Whew. So let's redefine pleasure, not as indulgence or escape. Let's remember pleasure as divinity and the gift of being in a body. Pleasure is the language of the body saying, I'm still alive. I'm still here. I still want to feel. And pleasure is what roots the soul into the body. It brings the spirit of all of us in, right? It brings all the way we get to come into our self with a powerful sensation that feels good. And yet, so many of us feel guilt when we actually feel good, and we minimize our opportunities to feel good, and we wait for someone to give us permission, and we deny so many moments of permission to ourselves. And worse, we wait until we've suffered enough to finally deserve it. But in that moment, Persephone didn't wait. She chose. And in that choice, she became not just a queen, but an alchemist, the one who would learn how to transmute desire into power, pain into purpose, and suffering back to divinity. The truth is, sometimes the thing we fear, we also crave. Sometimes the descent feels like home. Sometimes we want to be taken, to submit, to let go, to merge. It's a holy choice. When we name our desire out loud in our body, in the eyes of another, we claim it from the shadow. And when we want love, success, resources, all the stuff, personal power, we claim our pleasure. And the tantric path teaches that the body is a temple, and every sensation, even the difficult ones, are gateways to liberation. So when you say, I want this, I choose this, I receive this, you are not being selfish. You are being sovereign. And there is no true personal power without true choice, and no true pleasure without full presence. So let's break the shame cycle, the one that says, if I enjoy this, I'm guilty. If I ask for more, I'm ungrateful. If I take up space, I'm too much. This is all interference, inherited from mothers who silenced themselves, from lineages who feared the feminine body and all it can hold and feel, and from systems who only valued you when you were working for your supper, right? But that story is ending with us right now in this breath. You are allowed to want. You are allowed to feel everything. You are allowed to be turned on by your own life and your own present power. Desire is not just for the bedroom. Desire is what births art, what writes poems, what sings prayers into form. Desire is the force that brings the soul home. And when Persephone ate the pomegranate, she wasn't just binding herself to the underworld. She was binding herself to the promise of returning home to her wholeness, to the light and the dark aspects of she, to the ache and the ecstasy, and to knowing that we are all here to make choices and to feel everything those choices bring and to create from those feelings. So, the next time you feel desire rise, don't shrink, don't apologize, don't collapse into a story of guilt or shame. Instead, remember Persephone, not the maiden, not the victim, but the woman who tasted the forbidden fruit and walked back into the world crowned. This is what we are reclaiming. Not just our pleasure, but our true power. Not just our survival, but our aliveness. You are not here to be good. You are here to be fully alive. And desire, when claimed, is the doorway. So eat the fruit. Taste your life and never again pretend you didn't choose it. You did. You do, and you will. This is your choosing to wear the crown. Next time on this journey together, I want you to come crowned, if you dare. So, where we will go from here, we're going to move into the fourth gate next. We'll explore the tension between being the mother's daughter and the sovereign self, and how to hold both without betraying either, and what it truly means to wear the crown without apology. Until then, be well.